Hello, pro wrestling fans. Welcome to Mark. Yeah, move the overlay, you freaking moron. But you don't want to end up. No, I didn't. Just freaking move it. Oh, again, never work with family, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Joe Monroe Show. It is I, Joe Monroe, and tonight we do have a very special interview by someone who's actually in my old stomping grounds of TSW, and believe it or not, is actually in an old faction I used to be in, the Brotherhood Army. I was formerly known as the Brotherhood. Mr. Joey Hudson of Ring Post Daily. But before we get started and bring him in, let's go ahead and shout out a few friends real quick. First and foremost, big shout out to Phenomenal Finds ATL. If you're looking for anything retro, check out phenomenalfindsatl.com. They may have it, as well as Charms Photos, Crystal, who is a wonderful and lovely lady and is an awesome photographer. Some people disagree. If you disagree with that, well, then you'll probably end up like Adrian Alexander here with James Kendrick giving him a big chop, and you can basically see his soul leave his body. Ugh, God, hurts me every time I see this picture. But this is picture proof, no pun intended, that Charms Photos is one of the best photographing companies out there today. And Les Murphy Painting. If you're having any trouble with any painting needs, contact Les Murphy at 734-334-3702. Now, let's go ahead and bring on my guest. He is none other than the Ring Post Daily Prophecy Champion. Hey, you got that right, Mark. I'm proud of you, bro. He is also a member of the Brotherhood Army. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome none other than Mr. Joey Hudson. Hey, the producer's actually getting that down pat, Joey. Welcome to the show, man. How are you doing?
Doing all right, man. As one podcaster to another, it's kind of nice to know that you're smart enough to have the champ on your show, because we have me on my show, we have me on your show. It should be a good time.
You know what, man? Honestly, don't take this the wrong way. I was sent an email, and they're like, dude, I know you're part of the Brotherhood. This guy's part of the Brotherhood. He's got his own podcast. It would be nice to see two members, one a former member, one a current member, come on here and just have a conversation. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm down. I ain't got no bad blood with those guys. But the more I still don't know who sent me that. And, you know, I started seeing your promos a little bit, promoting yourself. You know, you want people's respect. And I'm like, you know what? He kind of reminds me of me a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's have him on individually. Now, I know, spoiler alert, for the roundtable, you and your co-host Jesse will actually be on for the roundtable, and that's going to be pretty cool. And I appreciate you guys agreeing to coming on that. But no offense to Jess, we're not talking about him or him tonight. We're talking about you tonight, my friend. So, first question I always give people: what in the heck got you started in this crazy sport of professional wrestling?
Well, believe it or not, I went to a WWE event here in Corbin, and I got Liv Morgan's autograph, and I posted it on Facebook in a wrestling group. Ring Post Daily was just starting out. They reached out to me and said, "Hey, we want you to join us," and um, and I joined them, just starting out from 0 likes to where we are, and followers to where we are today. And I knew of TSW, and I was like, well, since we're doing interviews, and I really appreciated what TSW did as far as charity work and just the way they operate and do things, I was like, why don't we get in touch with them? And I started out where I managed a wrestler for, I think, what was supposed to be a one-time thing. And then I managed another wrestler for a couple weeks. And my managing career had like no direction or anything. And it wasn't until I got picked out of the bunch by the great Mr. Eddie Wade, who's also not just a TSW wrestler, but a co-host on our show, Ring Post Daily. It wasn't until he picked me out of the bunch and wanted me to be his manager. And ever since then, we've just been riding it out together. I've been his manager when he was, I wouldn't say he wasn't a nobody, but he was basically that guy that you just saw in a battle royal. Not many people focused on him. And now here he is today, member of the Brotherhood, former TSW tag team champion. former Ring Post Daily Champion himself. He's just getting out there and making a bigger name for himself every month and every week, and every post on Facebook he's getting over, and he really gave me direction and stuff. So I owe my whole wrestling management career and so much more to Mr. Eddie Wade. Something happened to your volume. I think you're muted.
Dadgummit, Mark, quit muting me. God, you idiot. So, Jesse here is actually saying, I don't know why it's bringing him up as Facebook user, stating you stole that championship from Eddie Wade. Do you care to comment about that?
That is not the case. So what we do at Ring Post Daily is we do pay-per-view predictions, and we do this every month for the title. And Eddie Wade was the Ring Post Daily Champion. He was actually going down the ring to TSW events with this title on one shoulder and a TSW tag team title on his other shoulder. And we called him Eddie Two Belts. But Eddie had cage matches coming up. He has more goals and aspirations he wants to accomplish and succeed in. So really all I did was I gave my wrestler a little bit more breathing room. I took the title, yes, but it stayed in the Brotherhood's grasp. So that's all we care about. And if you read the comments on Facebook and stuff, Eddie Wade is right there in the comments saying that he's proud of me, the champ. He's proud of me, his manager. So when they paint suits, this is them painting a picture they want you to believe in. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you read the Three Little Bears and stuff. They want you to believe in this little fairy tale story that's being painted. But me and Eddie, no different. We're not just part of the Brotherhood as a title. We are brothers. We went from being on the show and not part of the Brotherhood to now being part of the Brotherhood and being out there more and more. Me and Eddie Wade's actual bros, dude, and he understands what I did. He understands that I was thinking 2 steps ahead and everything, and me taking the title, yeah, I had to take it off my wrestler, but now that gives him more room to chase that world title gold and go out there and make more history in the ring instead of having 2 titles to worry about at the time.
All right. Well, that's a great explanation. I can't fault you, Jesse. Dadgummit. Joey Hudson eats corn dogs the long. Jeez Louise. Sorry, man. They comment. I have to.
Hey, I don't call them haters. I call them the jealous ones, because they come at me and they spread this hate. They spread they say their jokes and comments, but really the people on the podcast and even the fans that watch, they're jealous because they see me being a champion and they see they're not. Even the fans who watch our show, they want to be like me. They want to be a wrestling manager. They want to be a podcast co-host. They want to be going on shows like this, but they can't because they just don't amount to what I do. They're not a champion, and they can live vicariously through me, but they will never live the goals and things that I've done. So they're not haters, they're jealous. And once you are able to divide that, it's smooth sailing from there.
All right, let's see. Joey is the only Brotherhood member I can tolerate, and that's coming from Kayla Hobbs. Again, folks, I don't know why it's bringing you all up just as Facebook users.
Hey, Kayla Hobbs right there. That's one of my favorite people. And I can say, if anything, even if she doesn't say it, I can feel the appreciation coming out of her pores. That's what I feel through a lot of people. Maybe they're too jealous or maybe they're too ignorant to say it, but I can look at someone in the face and go, I know you appreciate me. Don't act like you don't, but I can feel it coming out of them, and she's a good girl.
And she does say she loves you. And it looks like Joe Gold is in the house. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you, my friend. So
his name's Joe Gold, and you got Joe here holding the gold. So the irony.
Yeah, that is true. But let's go ahead and let's just get the elephant out of the room. You know, I'm a former Brotherhood member. I want to set the record straight right now. I left. I didn't get kicked out, but you're a current Brotherhood member. So what got you started? coming into that group, man?
So the Brotherhood saw something in Eddie Wade. And Eddie Wade was able to luckily be the next chosen one to join that group. He earned his way into it. They saw the hard work. They saw what he had to offer. And I was the manager of Eddie Wade before he joined the Brotherhood. And I've always looked up to Austin Michaels, and I've always tried to study him and learn from him. And when Eddie Wade went to the Brotherhood, it was kind of like a package deal. You don't get Eddie without me, and you don't get me without Eddie. And that's because we were brothers before there was a brotherhood in the future for us. And they were gladly to accept me along with Mr. Eddie Wade. And since then, I've been learning from my wrestler, Mr. Eddie Wade himself. Shout out to the greatest wrestler alive today. And I got to learn from one of the greatest minds in wrestling today, and I still do today, Austin Michaels. He has taught me so much, not just about being a leader of a group, not just about being in the Brotherhood and being in wrestling, but Austin Michaels has taught me stuff that you can apply to everyday life. And part of that is believing in yourself, being a little cocky. And now, even when I'm not on an interview, even when I'm not at a TSW show or on a Ring Post Daily episode, I carry my title here with pride. And when people give me, weird looking stares, that's just me being me, man. And if you want to see more of it, you know where to go, Ring Post Daily. If you don't, better get used to it because you're probably going to see it more.
Okay, touche. I can definitely tell you've been hanging around Michaels a lot.
Oh, what a great guy. What a great guy. People don't give him the appreciation he deserves.
Right. Okay. So how are you, Joe Monroe? Doyle, I'm doing good. So, you're in there, and this is not the only time the Brotherhood has multiple managers, but you're specifically staying with Eddie Wade, and that's saying something. I think that's kind of what is missing from wrestling. I mean, you kind of see it with MVP, and I don't really consider Prince Nana. We discussed that last week or a few weeks ago on the roundtable. Nana's not really a manager. He's more like a best friend guy that's there. But we'll use, excuse me, we'll use MVP as a great example. He's always stuck to and has been with the Beatdown Clan or the Hurt Business since the formation of TNA. And you staying with your wrestler, that's actually speaking, high regards to you. So what's the future with you guys? What you and Eddie Wade? What do you where do you guys see yourselves?
Well, with Eddie Wade, it's see, first off, with the Brotherhood, I think we all agreed. See, we're now known as the Brotherhood Army, and we all kind of agree that when one of us falls, they have an army of guys there to pick them up and dust them off and do better the next time. But when one of us succeeds, and reaches that next level, we're all there. We all succeed. We all go to that next level, and that's what makes us an army. We fall together, we rise together, and we're just together as a family. So I think with me and the Brotherhood, it's really that family vision that we see together that brings us close together. With right. Me and Eddie Wade, like I said, my wrestling management career had no direction. I mean, I didn't know if I was going to be managing anyone on the next show. I didn't know if I even had a spot on the next show. And the greatest wrestler today in the world, Mr. Eddie Wade, picked me out of the bunch and said, "Hey, this guy's not doing anything. We do the same podcast together. I like the guy. Put him in my corner." And now my goal every time I see a post on Facebook, every time we go to these events, my goal is to scream the name Mr. Eddie Wade. I want people to know that when you see Eddie Wade, that you're in for a treat, that you're in for a good show. And Eddie Wade works very hard at his craft. He's out there training. He's out there doing a lot more than some indie wrestlers put into it. So I think the thing that I see for me and Eddie right here is we started from the bottom, and one day we're gonna be here.
Well, in that case, I got to give you guys this soundbite right here.
It's funny because I've actually been offered a time or two to take on extra wrestlers. And I've been asked by people like, how would you feel about taking on another wrestler in TXW or here or there? And I'm like, no, I don't need. When you're managing the greatest wrestler today in the world, Mr. Eddie Wade, anything else is gonna fail in comparison. I mean, it's just I can't. I mean, first off, I'm loyal to my friend, to my brother, to my wrestler, and I don't need anyone else. Eddie Wade and the Brotherhood treats me well. I don't need to venture out and find anyone else. I found the wrestler I was meant to find. I hope he found the manager he was hoped to find, but I've been offered a time or two to take on extra wrestlers or extra clients, if you will, and I understand. They see what I do for Eddie. They see that friendship, that brothership, and they want that in a manager. They're like, I want that, but they can't get the wrong guy because I'm champion, I'm a manager, I'm loyal, and you want a manager like me, you're gonna have to go do what Eddie did. You're gonna have to go find him, and you ain't finding it in me because I am loyal to my wrestler, the great wrestler Eddie Wade.
All right. We'll get to your Ring Post Daily stuff here in just a moment, folks. We're going to take a little bit of a short break. We actually got good old Uncle Tony about to shout us out because, believe it or not, Joey, I used to have a website, and you know what? Those schmucks, they wouldn't deliver anything. They wouldn't deliver anything to my people. So I had to shut that down, and we finally found a new website. And Tony, you know what? Tell them these folks where you can find the new website at.
Yes, Joe, you are 100% correct. We are officially on Redbubble under Joe Monroe Show. For some odd reason, they won't let us add the. But we have No So Round Table stickers. We have Mark Monroe design stickers. Really, you put Mark's design, but not mine. And we even had some t-shirts. So go check us out right here at Joe Monroe Show on Redbubble. And if you know any designs that you want, let us know. But here is the website link right here. Go check us out.
And thank you, Tony, for that PSA. Joey, let's get back to you, sir. Ring Post Daily. You said that started back Royal Rumble 2002.
I believe that was the time.
So what led to the creation of that? You all was just like, hey, let's just talk about the Rumble and let's see how it goes, or?
Well, before Eddie Wade and our other co-host, the Dark Horse Austin Cochran, came along, before our two other co-hosts came along, it was me, Jesse Henrik, and I guess I gotta say his name, Tyreek Ramsey, the guy I've been in it with. But overall, it was three of us guys who always wanted to get into the wrestling podcast type of business. It's just we knew we couldn't do it on our own. We couldn't do it by ourselves. And I think it was just a matter of the right place, the right time. Tyreek and Jesse, they found each other before they found me. And then eventually they saw me on Facebook and wrestling groups, and they said they actually contacted me and said, "Hey, we like how you post professionalism and everything about you just seems kind of like legit, and that's what we're looking for as a third host in this podcast."
Jesse
So
is saying it was established on January 1st of 2023.
yeah, had my we've been doing it for so long now that it's kind of, the numbers kind of skip my head. I thought it was 2022, but yeah, 2023 going on 2025. Yeah, it'll be about 2 years. But yeah, they reached out to me, and we all just, we all agreed like, hey, we want to do a show. Let's do it together and have fun doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, when we first started doing this and we first started having this title, the reason I am so big on being champion, the reason my ego has grown that much more is because ever since the beginning of the show, this title has been tossed back and forth between different co-hosts, even out there in wrestling events due to Eddie Wade being the champ. And it took me like, I'd say about 2 years almost to get this title. I have the longest losing streak in Ring Post Daily history. I went like 2 years without winning squat. So when it came time to win this, and I finally did, that's when I knew, like, the past 2 years I've been that loser version of me that everyone used to seeing. I'm gonna give them a side of me they ain't seen. I'm gonna if they thought I was annoying on the show for loving and worshiping my tribal chief Roman Reigns, they're really gonna hate the champion side of me. And there's people that get sick of it, but I just tell them, if you're getting sick of it, get used to it.
Okay, Jesse wanted to correct that was 594 days of your losing streak.
Yeah, it went on so long. Just about 200 days, or not 200 days, about 2 years. It feels like just around. I mean, it felt like it was coming up on 2 years. Like, I mean, I lost from day one to just as of last month. So, just last month when I won the big prize.
I gotta ask, what the heck is up with you and Jesse, man? Like, I'm already seeing some tension just with him commenting, just you reacting to his comments. What's up with that? What's going on here?
So, there was a lot of people in this podcast that made it a running joke about my losing streak, and I wore that losing streak proudly, because no one ever can ever duplicate that, ever repeat it, even if they tried. But I think I was the guy on the show that everyone got used to losing. And I think I was the guy that the last guy in the show that anyone would expect being champion. And now that I'm champion and I put in all their rumors and jokes to sleep, they have to have something else to do. Because for the longest time, me losing was a running joke. Now the joke's over. Now they got to find something else. And like I said, I don't think he's really hating on me. I think he's jealous that I am part of one of the greatest factions in wrestling. That's the Brotherhood. I think he's jealous that I get to learn from someone as great and amazing as Austin Michaels. And I think he's just jealous that I'm the champ and he's not. And when you have a 6 pounds of silver on your shoulder like I do, you're bound to get haters. You're bound to get people who's jealous. I mean, there's people who still cling to that trophy they won in high school for being good in a football game. That time is over. That time is gone. I'm a champion every day. They were champion for one day and they cling on to it, but I'm a champion every day and I got the title to prove it. So if you think about it, I'm kind of like a role model.
Well, good leaders of Cult X, which is I'm kind of a member of Cult X. Hello, good brother Joe. Just pop in, say Joe Monroe is just too sweet. That's right, too sweet. 4 down, gentlemen. Can't wait to get my shirt soon. You I'm trying to be nice as possible, but since the cult's here, you say the Brotherhood's one of the greatest factions. I used to think that, but seeing these Cult X guys, man. If we ever, I think that would be a good thing, the Brotherhood versus Cult X. But hey, if you want to make money, just I know some guys. We can pull some strings. That's some good people.
I'll put it like this: any faction you put up against the Brotherhood army, the one disadvantage you have walking in is that we have the great Austin Michaels. We have the amazing, the American heroes, I call them, the real hero, Master Sergeant. We have the great Mr. Eddie Wade. But when you have just those 3 guys and they're not on your side, you are already walking in with a disadvantage. And especially with Austin Michaels at the realm. Austin Michaels is such a genius of the business, such a genius of the Brotherhood, that right when you think you got him figured out, he's 2 or 3 steps ahead. And that's the greatest thing about being in an army led by someone like Master Sergeant and Austin Michaels, is we have the proper leadership to be better every month. And you see factions, always fall apart and disband. And the Brotherhood's been around so long, and I think that's because Austin Michaels knows what he's doing.
Jesse wants me to ask you this question right here. Who you fear the most, and who made that belt?
The only thing I fear the most is going to sleep without this title next to me. That's what I fear the most. Ever since I won this title about 13 days ago, this title has become a part of me. Every morning you wake up, you put on your underwear, your socks, your pants, and shirt. Now, this title is one of those things that I don't leave the house without. If I leave the house without this title, you best believe I'm turning around and getting it, because it is a part of my daily attire. So I'm not really scared of anyone in the podcast taking it off me. If anything, I just fear not having it with me one day. And champions aren't champions forever. I know one day this title might have to leave my side, but that just gives me something to come back and fight for and get it all and start all over again.
Kayla Hobbs is saying also better watch out after laying hands on her. So don't want to be Austin Michaels right now. But you know what? All jokes aside, I see you doing great things. I mean, heck, you're literally carrying the Brotherhood flag out to the ring. The last time I seen you, you're literally carrying that across your shoulders. Now you got to carry that and a belt. Good luck to you, sir, on that one. That's a lot of weight, dude. You think you can handle that?
There's been times where I said, hey, we need to have someone else carry that flag out for the night because I got this to carry and I got my wrestler's title to carry. The weight's gotten a little heavy at times, but us as an army, we work it out. Everyone carries their own weight and some. And right now, the things I'm focused on is making my brotherhood army brethren happy and proud of me. I focus on making that brotherhood and Eddie Wade name stronger than ever. And with this title, I plan on getting more eyes on Ring Post Daily. And if anything, I just focus on getting more appreciation for the brotherhood, more appreciation for Eddie Wade, and more than anything, I plan on getting more appreciation for myself because it wasn't until I became champion that I believed in myself, that I believed in that I deserve that appreciation. I knew all my life I was destined to become a champion or be great or something, but now this title just solidifies that what I was meant to be champion of and for. And if anything, this title proves to me and everyone else that I deserve appreciation. And that's what I really focus on doing with this title is getting the appreciation that I know I deserve. And if they don't know about it, they're going to learn about it soon enough.
We're getting hacked. What do you mean we're getting hacked? We're getting hacked. You kidding me? I'm just right here. We're not getting hacked.
I won't be denied. I won't be denied.
What the heck was that?
I've been seeing a lot of that on Ring Post Daily, and I feel like someone out there saw my championship belt reign happening.
No, what do you mean you don't know? I'm sorry, Joey. I don't know what
you're
the heck.
You're good.
There.
I've been seeing that a lot on Ring Post Daily, and I think someone just knew that I was going to win the title in a matter of time. And I think someone out there is just trying to steal the spotlight, trying to, scare us a bit. But we're not focused on those little teasers. We're not focused on that. We're focused on you and me having an interview with the champ.
Yeah.
So
people
want to hack. If people want to hack, that's fine. But people want to hack, that's fine. You're fine. You're good. But if people want to hack us, that's fine. Just know that they're just want to be part of the show too.
Joey is the Steve. Is the Stevie? I can't do the Stevie. Yeah, that's how he did it. Oh, come on, Joey.
Hey, I mean, I get called the Elton John of TSW all the time because my style, my glasses. So, when people call me Stevie Wonder or Elton John, I like to take it as a compliment because them are legends. Those are names you won't forget. Those are names that people listen to still to this day. So, when you compare me to, when you give me what you think is an insult to me, I know how to flip it into a compliment. And that's one thing I've learned from Austin Michaels. That's one thing I've learned about from being a champion is you got to learn how to take the negatives and switch them into positives. And as long as you have that power to turn negatives into positives, it's smooth sailing from there, man.
Right. Well, Joey, we're about at our 30-minute mark. I know you guys got a lot of things coming up. TSW's got a very important event coming up with on November 30th. You want to go ahead and tell the fine folks what's going on?
Yes, we actually are doing a round 2 for Carson. It's a little boy that we helped raise money for before, and he's got some medical issues going on, and we've helped him out quite a bit the last time, and it's been so good and so successful that we're doing a round 2 for Carson. And that's one of the reasons why I love TSW and what the Brotherhood gets to do with them is we get to help causes and we get to help people like this young boy. And it's a really fun show. It should be a really good event. And I expect everyone to come out and see it and have a little fun and see your champ truly in person because that's what I am. I'm your champ. So if you want to see me in person and help a good cause along the way, you know where to be.
Kayla Hobbs is saying that kid is the biggest fighter she's ever seen. Absolutely, any kid that has to go through that is one heck of a fighter, especially that
Oh
young.
yeah, he has a death stare that will look you in the eye and just give you the 3 count, dude. Because I remember when I first met him, he just looked at me like, "Who the heck are you?" I'm like, "Whoa, kid, I'm the future champ." But he didn't know that till now. But he just has that stare that looks at you in the soul and gets that 1, 2, 3. He knows what he's doing with that stare. That's something that not everyone has. But he's a good kid. He really is. He enjoyed himself. His family enjoyed themselves, and I think that's what matters the most.
Are we
We
doing
also
any-
have some Ring Post Daily content coming out as well. Uh, Check out Ring Post Daily every Thursday or Friday for new content. We have a YouTube. We have a Facebook. You can go on Facebook and find the YouTube and all the content. And if you take anything away from this show, this interview is about me. If you take anything away from this show, it's appreciate me.
All right, folks, you heard Joey Hudson here. Appreciate him. Appreciate RPD. Appreciate the Brotherhood Army. That's hard for me to say. Yes, Bobby, he does know your brother. TSW is awesome for helping the kid. In that need. That is
Yes.
correct.
I love the charity work TSW does. They're a nonprofit program. The money that we earn for football teams or this little boy or whatever the cause is, all the money goes to them. And I do have to say, although I'm in the Brotherhood Army, I do have respect for those who's not in the Brotherhood Army. And I say that only because these guys are going out there fighting in cage matches, putting their bodies on the line. And at the end of the day, they're doing it for the causes of the day. They're doing it for the people and the causes. So even though I'm not on anyone else's side outside the Brotherhood, that doesn't mean I don't respect what they do. As I guess, long story short, if they can appreciate me, I guess I can have a little respect for them. But all the wrestlers really do work hard to make these events special and stuff. And if you don't want to come for the wrestling or the people, at least come for the causes. And I guarantee you, by the time you walk in to this TSW show and you walk out, you'll be wanting to come to another one.
Absolutely, and absolutely come for the entertainment for it because it is a pretty entertaining show.
It's really funny. Mike Murphy is actually the first ever Ring Post Daily Hall of Famer. And yeah, we started that last year, and we sat down and said who would be a good fit to be our first Hall of Famer, and it was no question Mike Murphy was that guy because even though him and us, the Brotherhood, although we don't see eye to eye, it is hard to not acknowledge that how much Mike Murphy and TSW and all the people involved do for the causes and the shows and the people involved.
Mhm.
And after I did my homework and found out just how much Mike Murphy does for the shows and everything, that kind of got my attention. And I was like, well, it's no question. Mike Murphy is that guy to be the first Hall of Famer. But don't get it twisted. It's only a matter of time before the Brotherhood takes over that Hall of Fame. We've already taken over TSW. We've already taken all of Ring Post Daily. We've taken over Kentucky. And now we have all the gold. So it's only a matter of time before you go through that Ring Post Daily Hall of Fame, and before you know it, it's taken over by the Brotherhood, because that's what they are. They're future legends. They're stars in their own rights, and together they just get stronger and brighter.
Hey, yo.
Well, as Scott Hall said it best, hey, yo. So don't forget, folks, I want to go ahead and promote this one more time for you all here. TSW is going to be at Lynn Camp Baptist Church, 215 Lynn Camp Church Road in Corbin, Kentucky, November the 30th. Adults are $10, kids are $5, and it is sponsored by TSW Incorporated and Lynn Camp Baptist Church. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's give him a big round of applause for doing this for Carson, because this is really, thank you all again for doing that. Man, you know what? That's pretty good. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And again, let's see. Do we got any last minute comments here? Actually, yeah, we do. Sisterhood of the Traveling Skull logo will never take over the RPD Hall of Fame. Jesse, careful on that skull logo, because if you notice, the Joe Monroe Show still has that Brotherhood skull with him, even though it is painted with the Joe Monroe Show. All right, so there you go. There's the story behind the skull. All right, folks. I am Joe Monroe. This has been Joey Hudson here. You can see him and
Ring Post Daily Champion.
Oh,
Joey
sorry. Ring Post Daily Prophecy Champion, Joey Hudson. You can see him on, check him and his other friends check him and his other co-host. Sorry, there you go, Joey. At Ring Post Daily on Facebook, YouTube, and all social media outlets. And if you want to see this gentleman live, go check out the nearest TSW Traditional Southern Wrestling event, again, November 30th, Link Camp Church. I have been Joe Monroe, and if you love the sport of professional wrestling, always show your love, support it all the way. But if you're going to be a troll, shut up and enjoy professional wrestling. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you again, Joey, for coming on. Mark, go ahead.
Did you like the video? Don't forget to go like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media outlets. We'll see you next time.